everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have been working on my living room for the past few weeks by doing like the arched bookcase makeover and then doing these easy little DIY throw pillows that we painted. They were super cute. I'm really happy with them, and they've been lasting. I mean, they've lasted for a few weeks now, so they're really nice. I don't see them like fading or anything, but anyway, so the past few weeks has been mostly doing like easy little DIYs like these painted throw pillows. We did little DIY painted candles, and so it's been a lot of like easy little things to do, and I've honestly been itching to get to do more of like a actual building project again. So I thought it would be really fun to give this wall right behind me a makeover, and since it's right off of the entrance to our garage, and this is the entrance that we end up using the most, we don't really use like the main entrance, so I thought it'd be great to create a little entryway slash catch-all area for us. Whenever we come in, we can have like a little mirror, some artwork, and just like a table to hold everything when we come in, and so that it's not like scattered everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. I did some measurements. We went to Lowe's or Home Depot a few times to pick up some like materials for it, and we're also actually using, if you guys watched the arched bookcase makeover, that little piece at the top of the bookcase that I didn't like on the bookcase itself, we're actually repurposing now for these tables. So it's gonna be really fun to use that and to see what it looks like on the table. I kind of sketched it out already, and I think it's gonna look really good. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm a really visual person, which means I needed to start this out by drawing out my vision and really getting a feel for what I wanted the final result to look like, and then sketching a quick diagram of what the table base would need to look like so that it would have some support and be able to hold all of the things and little pieces that I was going to be putting onto it. And the size and dimensions of our table specifically was, the table base was going to be 36 by 12 inches by an inch thick, just the piece on top of it. So this may look really different depending on the size of your space, but our little corner just needed something to fill it a little bit and just give us a little bit more room to put things as we came in and out of the house. So after I had this all drawn out, I had my diagram of all the cuts that I was going to need, and I did all the math, all the work. I started to create my shopping list. So for this project, I needed a single project board, which was exactly the size that I was looking for, 36 inches by 12 inches by an inch. And then I would need the base pieces. So I'll put up the diagram here again so you guys can see all of the cuts that I needed for the base. And then I would also need some clamps to work with my pocket hole jig, and to make sure that it would be able to create the holes properly and not move around. And I needed paint rollers, liners, wood filler, a nail gun, and like I said before, the pocket hole jig and pocket hole screws. And then I also purchased 4 table legs at Home Depot pre-made. So I really wanted something a little bit more ornate to go along with the very decorative front piece that we were going to be attaching. And you definitely don't have to do that. You can add a couple of like 2x4s or something, you know, make your own just like straight legs, and that would really look beautiful as well. It changes the look of it, and I feel like it would have given a more modern feel, which isn't the direction that I was leaning in. So now after we had all of our materials, we went to Home Depot, purchased everything, and we were ready to start building. So the first step here is going to be to make all of your pocket holes. Now, pocket holes seemed a little daunting at first, and we definitely messed up on our first few tries because we kept drilling all the way through the wood, which is not what you're supposed to do at all. So I'm going to put up a diagram here of something that I found online when I was doing my research on pocket holes, and This was a really helpful visual. So basically, a pocket hole is meant to join two pieces of wood tightly, and it's going to be attaching them at an angle. So the way that it works is that a special stepped drill bit is used with a pocket hole jig to create a stopping point for the head of a screw to rest on. So the top of this photo shows the drill bit, and the bottom photo shows the nail drilled into the two pieces, and it's resting in the pocket created in the step above it. Now, to find the right pocket hole screw size, I did a quick Google search, and I actually came up with another like 1 minute long YouTube video that was super helpful. So I'm going to link it down below for you guys in case there's any confusion with how I'm explaining it. And once you've made all of your pocket holes, you've assembled the base together, and just have everything ready and in place, and you have your legs attached, everything's ready to go, you can add on a decorative piece similarly to how we are doing it. So we added in the piece that we had originally on our bookcase to the front of this entry table. I have to say, I'm honestly not sure if this is the correct way to go about it, but I didn't want to ruin this piece of wood by making the pocket holes in it, and Kevin and I were honestly we did make a few mistakes on our practice pieces, so I didn't want to take any chances and risk losing the decorative piece that was original to the house, and I didn't want to risk it. So essentially we just used a nail gun to attach it to the front, and that worked out just fine. And in the future, this might even give us the chance to add a drawer. So far we've made our cuts, and we've made our pocket holes, and we've assembled the base of the table, and we've attached the legs to the base of the table. So our next step is to apply wood filler and caulk as needed to get rid of any holes or gaps that you don't want to see. So once it's all dry, you can go ahead and paint it. And so I chose to use a spray paint that had a primer built into it, which saved me the step of priming everything. And with this piece specifically, there was just so many little like curves and bends and everything, so it was going to be a little bit trickier to just roll it on or paint it on. So I went with a sprayer, and then after that I went in with a chalk paint just to give it a little bit more character, a little bit more personality, and I really loved the way that it gave it a more matte look. The dry time for both of those combined was less than a day, so very quick. And then the next day I was able to bring it into the space and see what it would actually look like. Okay, it is Sunday, and we just picked up this art print. This is from Etsy, and I'm gonna switch out what I had put in here for the holidays, which was just like a Christmas song I printed out. So that was like a really easy, way to just make it feel a little bit more festive. But the holidays are over, so I really need to update this. And I'm actually going to be switching it from where it was originally. It was on that wall, and now I'm going to be using this to help style the entry table. So as you can see, we've got the Etsy print up on the wall, and I wanted to put a little lamp over it. So I bought this off of Amazon for, I think it was like on sale for $25 or something, but it's really nice because it actually came with this little template for getting it onto the wall. So you just have to tape it up on to the wall where you want to mount it, and then it's got the two places where you need to drill into so that it lines up with the back paneling of this, and then you can place it wherever you need to. All right, so we're getting really close to the finish line. We have our table painted, we have our frame and our light fixture up, and now I want to add this little like doorknob that I found at an antique store a while ago. It's so cute. And I only found one of them, so I was thinking just like right here in the center would look really pretty. So this wraps up our entryway makeover. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as we transformed this blank wall behind me into this really pretty functional little space for Kevin and I to walk into every single day. And it's just been really nice seeing it transform over just the course of a few days, and it didn't take much work or even that much like time or money. So all in all, I would say we spent right under $200, and I'll go through all of the pieces really quickly just to give you guys more of an idea on the cost for everything and how everything came together. So to start us off, the light fixture right above the frame was $28 on sale from Amazon. I know you can find these also at like a thrift store, Goodwill or something, if they're used, and they might only be like $4 to $10 or something, so you can definitely find them for even cheaper. I just didn't really see any whenever I would go to the thrift store, so I decided to just pick one up from Amazon, and that worked out really well. This one's really nice too because it comes with a remote control, it's battery operated, and it's got a few different settings so you can play around with the lighting to get it just right. I really like it on the warm light setting, and it just feels really cute and cozy in here whenever we turn that on. The frame right below it is a print from Etsy. It was only $6, and the frame itself was $5 at a Goodwill, and to get it printed out at FedEx cost just about $30. So all in all, like $40 for the whole print. And then the vase, that was such a good find at a Goodwill too. So that one was actually only like $2.50. And then the stems that I placed inside of them were from Michael's. They cost about $15 total because I think they were having like a buy two get three free sale, so definitely pay attention to the sales that Michael has like on a weekly basis. It changes. Like if I even like a few days later I went back and the deal was like buy one get 40% off, so it does change around quite a bit, so definitely just keep your eyes peeled for, you know, what the deal of the week is. And then the books right behind me too, those are just a few that I picked up from like museums and from Amazon too. They're just coffee table books, and just kind of ones that I was gravitating towards because of either the color or because of what's inside, like if it's artwork or if it's other designers' spaces, and I use that as kind of inspiration for when I'm dreaming up my next makeover. And then the little white bowl that I've got over here too is just going to be a little catch-all space for Kevin and I to put our keys or something. And I found that one at Home Goods or Marshall's for about $4. I think it was in the clearance section. So keep an eye out for the clearance section at Home Goods or Marshall's. They always have really good deals too. And then the tapered candles right behind me, and those were also antiquing / Goodwill finds, and cost about like $2 for one of them, I think, and then the other one was a little pricier. It was like $15, but they were both really cute, and I feel like over time my you know, expenses for these kinds of things kind of balance out when I find something good here for really cheap and then I find something maybe a little bit pricier somewhere else, but it kind of balances out, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. And so of course the very last thing is going to be the console table itself, which the front of it, that little like more ornate part, you could call it, that actually came from our bookcase, our bookcases on either side of our fireplace. So those were originally what was up there, the like little design, and then Kevin and I recently transformed our bookshelves into these really nice arched ones, so we wanted to reuse that wood still. It was a really pretty pattern, it just didn't really feel right in like that space. So I'm glad that we were able to reuse it and it's still in the same room and it just feels a lot better. So that was free. And then the legs for the table, those were about $20 each at Home Depot. And so all in all, the table costs about $100. And then the little like knob that I told you guys about, that one was about $5 to $8. So everything all in all was $200 roughly. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching us transform this white blank wall behind us into this really pretty functional space and entryway. And I hope that maybe it inspired you guys to also change things up in your own home. It kind of blows my mind with how just changing a few little details, like adding the picture and like a new table or just a few little decorative pieces here or there, really make the space feel so much different. Like honestly, like walking in and out of the house now just feels like we're not just coming into a house, it's like we're coming home. And I also love how cohesive it is with the rest of the house. It's right off of the living room and the kitchen, so the color palette that we picked for this and all the decorations, like everything is just a mix of what we love and it really ties everything together. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you next time. We are going to be doing some more DIYs and we're also going to be starting some new makeovers coming up. So definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.